This week on Hunting University, Dirt and Charlie travel to old familiar duck hunting grounds. It's a trip back to Henry County, Tennessee, one of the premium outdoor recreation spots in America. But before we head to Henry County, Dirt and Charlie visit Mansfield, Tennessee for this year's American Retriever Classic. It's great dog action this week on Hunting University.
Dog.
Yeah. I'm looking at a buck with the rack so tall. I have to ring my ceiling just to get him on the wall. He's right where I want him, got him in my sights. I grab my bow and let the arrow fly. My heart's pumping fast, but my nerves are still. This seems like a dream, but I know it's for real. Charlie and Dirt gonna let it ride from early in the morning till late at night. When it comes to hunting, everything you need to know is here on the Hunting University Show.
It's time for Hunting University with Charlie Ingram and Dirt King. Hunting University is brought to you by CZ USA, Hornady, Mid-South Shooter Supply, Heavy Shot, and Laser Genetics. For as long as Dirt and Charlie can remember, a dog was part of their hunting experience. When duck season hit, it was time to bring out the favorite shotgun, grab the decoys, and bring the dog. In many hunt locations for Dirt and Charlie, successful quail and pheasant hunts could not be possible without the use of well-trained dogs. Just to see a dog on point makes a hunt memorable and enjoyable. As the phrase man's best friend implies, there truly is a bond between dogs and hunters. It takes years of being in the woods and fields to be a successful hunter. And in the same way, it takes hours and months of training for a dog to be efficient at finding or retrieving game. A quality hunting dog comes from a pure and selective bloodline, and often participates in many competitions and exhibitions to become what they are bred to be, a true companion in the field, a choice hunting dog. When Hunting University continues, we will go to Mansfield, Tennessee to one such competition and see firsthand what goes on during a retriever contest. It's the second annual American Retriever Classic when we return.
Today on Hunting University, Dirt and I are usually hunting things, but we're actually in Henry County, Tennessee at the American Retriever Classics. And Dirt, this is a really neat deal, kind of a first-time thing for us, isn't it?
Well, let me tell you something. Not only that, it's really important to me because I spent 20 years of my life as a guide here. And old Gary Mason was just a kid
a little bit
back then, hanging around on the boat dock. Mr. Ed, it's a pleasure to meet you. Won't you tell us a little about this event?
Okay, this event has been taking place this week. We've had 4 series that the dogs have run. We've had dogs from all over different states that's come in to compete. And we've got it down to, yesterday we got it down to 12 dogs. And today we got it down to 7 dogs, the top dogs that came out of the semi that has ready to go into the finals. This is the final series to get the top winner.
You know, Gary's the guy that kind of got us in this game, which we really do appreciate that, man.
Oh man, we're glad to have you.
You know, there's nothing more important than Charlie and I and water dogs. I mean, what else is there, right?
Do they make another kind of dog?
Not that I know of. Well, we better not say
Maybe
that.
a big old or a coon dog.
But it's really important to us, and we appreciate you having us here. Now, what's the name of this event?
This is the American Retriever Classic. That's the event that's called that, and that's exactly what we're calling it here. And it's the top dogs of probably the best dogs that's in the whole country. Mm-hmm. Some of the best dogs that you'll find in the whole country is here to compete.
You know, we're right here on Kentucky Lake where there is a bunch of great duck hunting, but we're going to have the best dogs in the country right here for you to look at.
The American Retriever Classic was held in beautiful Mansfield, Tennessee, and headed up by Mr. Ed Watson. Dogs are judged based on their ability to retrieve launched waterfowl trainers from 4 different points on the course. And on the course today, the first point is near some downed timber, creating an obstacle for the dog. The second mark is near a shoreline behind some logs, nearly 80 yards out from the dispatch location. The third and fourth locations were quite a bit farther in distance, across a few islands, through water, and either off to the left or right from the starting location. When the birds are launched, a shotgun is fired. The sound of the shotgun blast is to be associated with a downed bird, setting the dog into action. The dog has a few challenges. First, he is not to be released for retrieval until all the birds are thrown. Second, the dog must remember either by sight or sound the location of the shot. And finally, the dog must retrieve in the most direct route to achieve the best score. For the past days at this year's American Retriever Classic, a good number of dogs have been eliminated, and it's time for the finals. These dogs have worked hard, and it's now time to find out which one is the best of the best. During the final competition, the dog's focus is as much on the trainer as the location of the birds. Hand commands and return whistle commands are all legal, but a trainer is not permitted to talk to the dog during his run.
Lining him up, I think we're going to the second bird there, yeah.
At this year's finals, a few of the trainers have multiple dogs that have made it through the eliminations. Well-known trainers at this year's event are Bobby Wills, Randy McKay, Scott Greer, and Jerry Day, to mention just a few. The dog's owners take pride in the bloodline and achievements of the competing retrievers.
See that dog? He's honest. He took it right across that dirt pile. He's been trained to go where he's sent.
As you can see, this is a very competitive course for these retrievers. When we return, we'll see firsthand the run that put this year's retriever in the winner's circle. That and more when we return. Now let's go to the final competition run at this year's American Retriever Classic. Dog handler Bobby Wills is running an older dog, Colt, and Wills knows how to train a champion dog. He's part of Drake Waterfowl Elite Pro Staff and an active member of Tennessee River Hunting Retriever Club, and is honored to train Colt, who's owned by Paul Wilson of Atwood and Tommy Smith of Henderson. With the birds being launched, Colt is ready.
Ooh, that hit in the trees. It will fell down, so. See old Colt run? You'd think he was about 5 years old or something.
He sure looks good. Man, he got that bird.
Look at that. Now that's what you call a zero retrieve there. He got no faults at all on it.
He went right straight to that bird. He knew where it was at.
Yes, he did. Yeah. Yeah. He said, ain't no use messing around with this. I'll just get them done.
Show these kids what.
Yeah. Show these young punks.
Go.
He won't go till he's sent. Look like he's on pretty good line to that bird. I got a feeling old Colt knows where that bird's at better than I do. I tell you, Gary, on some of these with 4 birds out, I forget where some of the birds is at. So you got to give these dogs credit when they can remember like that.
Well, you know, Ed, it's a shame a dog like this ever has to get 10 years old. You know, it's a 10-year-old Labrador. He's on up there in years.
Yeah, his days on this earth are getting short. And that's sad because you get a dog in just like this dog here, he gets smarter as he goes.
You can definitely tell a difference between him and some of these 3-year-old dogs we've seen.
Yeah.
Because this dog seems to be way more sure of himself.
He's sure of himself and he just knows. It's just, he says, this ain't my first rodeo. He got that bird.
He don't have any faults.
No faults yet.
Now this is a male dog
This
running right now.
Yeah.
And what would a puppy out of that dog be worth if he was out of a real good female?
If he's out of a real good female, he's probably $1,200–$1,500. I believe these boys put him out for stud quite a few times, and I think he's either getting $1,000 or $1,200 for stud fee. So usually the puppies will sell for about the same price. He's a great dog. He's run a lot of field trials and done well.
Well, you can show that he's got the experience behind it too, because There's no doubt in his mind where that third bird is.
Yep, I think he's got it pegged.
It's just going to be a matter of him going across water and land several times to get to it.
So that
Well, Ed, that dog has picked up the
third bird, and it's very, very clean. He's got a clean mark there.
The hammer has not had to tell him anything.
Now you seen the old Bobby. He's full of grins right now. He may even be figuring on taking that money to the bank. But it's like the old saying, you don't count your chickens before they hatch. I guess you can't say too much about Henry County, Tennessee, how beautiful it is and how good a sports place it is. So it's only natural that we should have something like this here.
Absolutely.
Look at the old man. He didn't take a shortcut. He just went over them clods.
Yeah. He reminds me of me when I was 10 years old. Well, I tell you what, he's a wonderful animal, and I know I can't be biased, but I sure like this dog.
Yeah, I like to see the old boys make it. You know, I kind of fit in their category. These young ones they get their days coming, you know. Unfortunately, this old boy's days is numbered.
He's about at the end of his career.
He's close to it, yeah. If he goes left, it's all over with. He's got it. A lot of these dogs, they think, you know, they get out there in the open, they think, well, I'm a little wide for that bird. I'll compensate for it. Bobby's getting a little nervous, but he ain't now.
Now that dog just picked that bird up. What a great job.
That's something. I would say that's leading the pack there, Gary.
I believe you're right.
This is yours, but for another year, Bobby.
All right. I sure appreciate it.
And I know that you appreciate this check for $6,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure will.
I mean, he just almost got a perfect score. He had 90. That was for the whole 3-day test.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about him and what your thoughts are.
Well, he'll be 10 in December. He is an AFC because he comes from the field trial background. He is owned because by Paul Wilson, because of Tommy Smith. They both own him.
I know Paul Wilson personally, and he's a great guy, but I know he's going to be proud of Colt and proud of you, and congratulations on your win. And Colt looks like he's ready to go duck hunting.
He's ready to go.
When Hunting University continues, Dirt and Charlie hunt with another champion retriever in the flooded timber. That and more when we return. Welcome back to Hunting University. We have seen a good number of dogs on this week's episode. Now it's time to see them in action as Dirt and Charlie are duck hunting in flooded timber in Henry County, Tennessee. It's a cold morning, and the decoys have been placed near their blind constructed of fallen timber.
We're in Henry County, Tennessee, in green timber. Nothing better when the ducks get down in one of these holes. You can get them up close and personal. Matter of fact, you can check them for jewelry if you want to, just before you touch it off. We're looking forward to this day and been looking forward for several days coming over here.
This is kind of the grand finale. Dirt and I came to Henry County on the American Retriever Classic. Actually getting to hunt with the guy that won the whole thing in $10,000, which is pretty impressive. Now we're gonna be able to take one of Bobby's dogs in the field and really see how it works in a hunting situation.
Just a bit after sunrise, for what sun is rising this cold Tennessee morning, Dirt and Charlie, along with their hunting partners, had the chance to see one of Bobby Will's dogs do his work. It appears that nothing will stop this retriever from doing his job.
Shoot 'em. Yeah, I knew they was high, but we was gonna try.
Let me tell you what the beauty part about this thing is. This is coming home to me. I was a guide here for 9 years. Henry County, Tennessee, it doesn't get any better. Regardless if you're wanting to hunt, fish, camp, whatever. It's one of the premium recreational areas in all of America.
Here he is. Shoot him, shoot him.
Something degrees yesterday. What is it now? Maybe 40. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, they always say that a winter day with bad weather is a good day in the duck blind. A bit of snow has moved in over the blind, making things a bit more challenging for Dirt and Charlie. Despite the cold weather, Bobby Will's champion bloodline continues to work. With every downed duck comes a retrieve that is memorable to watch.
This part of the world, especially Henry County and Kentucky Lake region, if you're a recreational guy, where else could you live?
Man, I don't want to live anywhere else.
No,
I don't want. I feel blessed to get to live here, and I know just about everybody that comes and hunts and fishes with me stays at Buchanan Resort or Parishland State Park or wherever they might stay.
Yeah.
They love the hospitality of the people. They love the area, and golly, have we got the game. So
You got the whole deal.
got the whole deal.
So make sure that you understand how important it is if you like the recreational world. Henry County, Tennessee, it's your place. Had a great time. Hope you enjoy the footage. Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome anytime.